What's up, everyone? We are back in the McLaren, of course, and today we are heading to the beautiful Belgium track known as Spa, just over 8.5 miles, 21 turns. We are going to be putting some spicy laps, a track guide, and then checking what's under the hood, of course, to see what can get you the fastest lap. So, let's go. Alright, diving into what I call my personal version of the track guide. And real quick, you may be thinking, hey, that hot lap ended in red. You know what? I don't care. Because it was clean lap for me. If you saw my true hot lap, but my goodness, it was sloppy. Sloppy Joes, that's what we were serving. But anyways, as you're starting your hot lap here, your controller or steering wheel, I have a Logitech G29, it's just going to swing you out. Just swing you out wide for this turn to set you up for your perfect lap. But this, you're gonna quickly go past the 50 meter, let off, brake real quick, drop it in the second gear, and take these chicanes with nice and ease to set up to go down this straight in third gear, kind of at a diagonal angle. Because with this track, you will learn quickly it is a track of quick decision making, twist turns, and quick downshifting right back in to quick upshifting to get yourself some grip and traction, especially with these new patch updates. Tires are freezing cold. But anyways, you want to be in 7th gear as you pass under the Rolex, and as you come in here to the 100 meter, almost to the 50 meter mark, you brake a quarter of the way into your way in, because this turn is it's gonna come out of nowhere. And you're going to go quickly into third, coast. Take this apex, nice, sharp, drop it in the second gear. You will fight with your steering wheel because you will want to understeer out into no man's land. Do not get stuck on that curb, especially the rear end, because my goodness, Spin City, boys, Spin City. It's gonna take you out into the shadow realm, as Super GT would say. But anyways, line yourself up here, pop it into third. You're going to jump into fourth, fifth, sixth gear. You want to be in sixth gear, passing the last yellow barrier, getting into seventh, honestly. And you want to swing as close to the red wall as close as possible, okay? It's honestly better red than dead at this point. And you want to be in 8th gear as you pass under the Emirati sign. I don't show it here, but that's where you want to be. And as your tire lines up, as you see to the left there with your flags, you want to start turning into this nice uphill junction, little turn here. This is my favorite. It is really fun, but you cannot see anything above the hill. So grip onto the freaking steering wheel for dear life. Jesus, take the wheel, however you want to put it, because you're going to swing out wide here. Be careful not to hit the track limits, because you will if you're flying. You just want to maybe quickly let off the throttle. I don't. But now you're flying straight. At the DRS, as soon as you hear that beep, start drifting to the wall. Give it a little kiss. Don't actually. You'll die. But you want to be as close to the wall as possible as you pass that electronic billboard. That's going to tell you, hey, you're coming across the back markers, you're flying, you're in first, you're passing, setting a nice spicy lap. Okay, friggin' habanero over here. Now as you're coming up on this turn, you're going to hit some bumps. That's going to tell you, let off the gas. Okay? That's your marker. At least for me. I'm going to show you, I back it up. I'm trying to show you here on screen. It doesn't really show through when you're going really slow. But just go in as soon as you feel those bumps. You're at the 50. You're letting off. You can brake later here because it's fun. At the Aramco signs, hope I pronounced that correctly, whatever, that's when you want to slightly tap the brake, drop it in the 4th, hug this curve like it's a mom that just gave you abandonment issues. I know I bring that up a lot. Maybe it's personal. I don't know. But anyways, drop it in the 3rd. Get to the left here. I tap the brake ever so slightly just to get some grip in those front tires. Pop it into 4th. Swing it into 5th real quick. You're coming over here to the dude right there in his high-vis vest. Give him a nice little wave because you're making eye contact. That's how close you want to be to that wall as you swing in right here for this right-hander. Get a little flirty with the barrier, with the track limits here, but don't go past them. Don't push your limits, okay? Come on, it's 2022. Let's be appropriate now. But as you're flying in, I normally get into 6th gear and just ride into 6. Like, I ride on it, don't even feel like getting into the 7th. But right here, as your left wheel's hitting the curb and your right wheel's going right past that sign over there, that's when you're letting off. And you can play with this, but I brake right here as the red and yellow curb ends on the left, and I start bringing it into the right, drop it into 3rd. You will be safe in 2nd. It actually may be better in 2nd. Then you pop it into 3rd. Get halfway through here. Pop it into 4th as you see. Ride it to the right, and then you're going to get ready for this left-hander. Keep it in 4th. Just slightly let off the brake. If you're really flying in, 3rd will save you to, kind of slow it down. Honestly here, I keep it straight. I have difficulty finding the line, but I think you're going straight. You may want to brake at the 50. I don't. Honestly, at this point, you're flying. You're in 8th gear. You should be. Or you're in 7th, pushing it, because right as you're hitting this FIA box, whatever that little prison cell over there on the right is, just let off ever so slightly. But if you're afraid of flying into that wall and hitting that crane, then drop it into 6. Come out for this double apex. Flirt with the curb over there on the right, but tell them, hey, I got to get home. I got family. Come over here to the left and just ride that curb. Maybe try and hook the wheels a tiny bit to help you slingshot here once again to the right. And we're riding this just for a short moment before coming over to the left as that curb ends on the right. We're going to start coming over to the left. You should be in 7th gear. This area, it's a little tricky because you're coming in fast off that double apex, so be sure you're stable, because if you're not, this turn is going to be difficult to come into because it is slightly tricky. It is a little bit Tokyo drifty, so drop it into 4th, ride the curb, and it's gonna swing you out way out here. Try to reel it in, bring it in, get it back over here to the right, because I butterfly the brakes ever so slightly, just little love taps, because you want to get it over here to the left. Now prepare for a similar other right-hander that comes right at you real fast, like life, you know? It's bad. The back pain is horrible. But anyways, past the 50, brake, keep it in fourth. If you're feeling gutsy, shoot, maybe you're in fifth and you're just flying in. I like fourth though. It's honestly a good gear to take turns in these F1 cars. It's a nice, safe, solid gear to get traction with these new updates. A little testy, but it's good. But right here now, ride that curb, be in sixth gear, follow it all the way down, because you're going to be like, okay, well, I know I need to turn in at one point. Where do I go? This straight isn't forever because the end of the road is not this. But as you see that blue little box coming up here on the right, we just passed one. We're going to reverse it to show you because I got a little sing-songy there. But on the right-hand side here, you will see your point to start turning ever so slightly. Start lining your wheels up to the right. Small input is great success. I hope we're learning that, and I hope we're seeing that even though this track is very twisty, turny, and just requiring you to fight the wheel, try to have minor input with your outside hand for the turns. Trust me, you will go far. So take it almost to the grass. They don't need a landscaper. That's what you're there for. Just flatten it out. They're not trying to grow the grass out, make it beautiful. Who cares? Get ready for this left-hander. You can fly in. You honestly can. I'm not in 8th gear, but you should be in 8th gear. Flying in. If you're flying too fast, of course, let up. Do not brake. Take it over here. Come right over to the left. Once again, you should be lined up perfectly under the Pirelli signs. And here we are lining ourselves up once again for a beautiful lap at the Spa, Belgium circuit. Just brake at the 50. We'll reel it into second. Take these chicanes. You can ride the curbs a little bit, but be careful. Make sure your setup is nice and soft. Tiny bit firm, but soft. Same thing, but different. Alright? Let's see what's under the hood. We were just talking about this, weren't we? Of course, you want 11, 15. This is going to help you fly, but also just a little bit stable. You want the rear end a little more stable, of course, for those twists and turns because it is easy to lose it. Throttle 70, 55. I do this because I want the wheels turning at the same time together for better traction, but with the twists and turns, you want them at slightly different speeds to help you out. This is the same for everything. We've learned this. It's the same, okay? Let's move on. Come on. Get out of here. All right, suspension. Like I said, honestly, 5's all the way. You're going halfway between soft and firm. I go 55 with front brake bias because I don't try and be too testy all the time. High pressure for great time trial speeds. However, Grand Prix, let's lower that a tiny bit for better tire life and better grip and better traction. Alright everyone, so that's the video. I hope you definitely enjoyed it. It's always a good time. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment, share, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I'm doing right, I don't know, share your experience. But always a good time, and we'll see you at the next track.
I'm a high performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat, sweat.